And if you see the pictures between the son and the father's an old, fragile man, right? He's bent down, his arms are crooked, right? But the son had the humbleness, had the care and the love to go back home when he graduated, and he took pictures of them together, right? And he humbled himself and he helped his father, right? Because he knew that he was here and he was where he was because of his parents. So what did I say? Number one was what? Know that your parents what? Know more than you, right? Understand that your parents, and realize that your parents know more than you, so you should trust their judgment, even though it's our hardest thing to do. Because you know that saying, if it's right, it won't be easy, right? If it's the right thing to do, it won't be easy. That's why people, their whole life, try to find peace, because they don't know, they're afraid of the challenges, right? Second thing to do is you have to put in, if you want something, you have to put in that, right? You cannot expect one-way traffic with your parents. Be as you want them to be, right? I want my parents to be more loving and understanding to me. Be more understanding to them, right? Understand and organize your time with them. You know, I've created this timetable just to put a personal experience. I myself go to college. I'm in my classes from 8 in the morning till 3 or till 4. That's my classes. I'm at my campus. From 4 till 7, I'm teaching at a masjid. From 7 till whenever I sleep is my time with them. But I have to do homework. I have to do that. But trust me, when my mom sees me putting effort just to spend 5-10 minutes with her, it means more than me just sitting around in the dinner table with an hour doing nothing, right? When your parents see you putting an effort into being with them, I swear to God, they're gonna be so understanding with you. I sit down with them, I come home, I go straight to my mom and my dad. I talk to them about my day, 5-10 minutes, man, not even more than that, 15 minutes at most. And I say, you know, they're talking about how was my day, what's my ambitions, what's my goals, are you on path, right? They're just making sure, because they want someone to take care of. They want to take care of their child. Let them take care of you. After 15 minutes, I say I gotta do my work, and they understand. Okay, go ahead. Right? They don't want you like 1 hour. No, trust me, they'll love an hour, but they understand they can't get an hour because everyone here is busy. Right? So be as you want them to be. Right? And the third thing is be open with them. And this relates to the second point. Because, as I said, I find myself opening up more to my friends. Right? Or like, yeah, I have some juicy things I have to tell you, man. I really need to talk to you. Right? Or this so and so happened, or you know, this akhi, this brother, you know, is like this, you know, give me the eyes. Or whatever, girls drama, boys drama. Right? Boys have drama too. I know that. Right? But whatever thing's going on, you talk to your bros, or you talk to your sisters, you talk to your friends. Right? But you don't ever talk to your parents. Right? And this is very, very dangerous. Right? I'm not telling you tell everything to your parents. No, you have the right sense of mind to know what you tell your parents. But the thing that you don't want to happen is that when you grow up, right, and people don't talk to their parents, they grow up to have this sense of two-faced personality. Right? They have this sense of a two-faced personality where at home, oh, ana soleh soleha. The minute they step out the house, let's get lit. Right? My parents aren't watching, Bismillah. I mean, I said Bismillah first, right? Right? It's a different mentality. And that is very dangerous. You don't want to be living that life where you're one, you know, face with your parents and one face to your friends. Because that life is going to lead you down difficulty. Right? Lying every day. Right? Showing a different face to your parents or whatever. It's going to be hard. Trust me. Right? So if you're going through any problem, you say, Mama, I need some advice. You don't need to. Let's say I'm going through, right? We're being very real here, very open. Let's say I'm going through some emotional problems. I like so-and-so, but I want to stay in the halal lane. Right? What am I going to do about that? Or I didn't study for an exam, right? And I ended up cheating once. What am I going to do? I feel guilty. What am I going to do? Right? You talk to your parents. You don't have to say, Mama, I like so-and-so. No. Just be like, Mama, how did you do with your father? With my father? How did you do with dad? You know, how did you stay halal? Right? And that way, your parents don't know what problem you're going through, but they tell you their solution, and you get the solution. You see? You got to be smart. Right? You're not trying to fool your parents. You're just trying to get the best out of them. Because they're trying to get the best out of you. right? Or if you say you have low grades, but you don't want to tell me you have low grades, you ask them, what did you do for your study habits? How did you pick up your grades? Oh, yeah. Do they know they have bad grades? No, they're not gonna ask you that. I'm just curious, Mama. You understand? So they want to take care of you. Let them take care of you, right? Don't start off like different with your parents and then different outside. That's the most dangerous thing that could happen, right? So what did I say from the beginning? I want everyone, so we can keep these in mind, because you're going to face your parents when you step out this room, tonight even, right? And that's the real test. Your mama tells you, hey, Dimas, it's 11 o'clock, you should come up. You're going to miss Subuh tomorrow. Oh, no, I don't want to go upstairs, all my friends are down here, right? Or like, just ignore her text or whatever. No, you can just tell her, oh, my boy, it's the last night of Muktamar, right? I just want to chill. And look, they're going to understand, right? So what's the first point? What did I say?
Know that your parents know more about you.
Know that your parents know more than you. All right. What's the second one? What is the second point? Be as you want them to be to you. Understand? If you want your parents to be more understanding, you got to be more understanding to their needs. They're human beings as well. They want to show love to the same child they took care of when they was 2 years old. Were you rejecting that love when you were a toddler? Like, no, Mom, I don't want food. Right? I want to go out. You're 2 years old. Where are you going to go? Right? You're going to stay with me. I'm the one that's feeding you, right? You don't reject their love, but when you grow older, you think you have that independence, right? No, you just have to understand. Meet in the middle. So be as you want them to be to you, right? What's the third one I said? Be open with them, right? I'm not saying disclose every detail of your life. Like in 11:59.26 seconds, I was with so-and-so. No. Just be open with them. Just know that they want to hear about your day. They want to know how you're doing, right? Because in the end of the day, when you ask your parents, why are you so-and-so? Why are you so why are you so edgy all the time, Mom? Why are you always up on my case, right? Why can't I leave my door closed or whatever? What do they always say? I do that because I love you. Who heard that? I mean, I hear that all the time. I do it because I love you. I do it because I love you. I do it because I love you. And that's 100% true. They do it because they love you. If a parent doesn't take care of a child, right, that's not because they're cool or the parents more understanding. No, that's because they really don't care, right? And that's how you get corrupt children, right? Most children who have problems today was the lack of parent, love. Name any, drug addict or something. I lost my way because my father wasn't there in my life. Whoa. Your father wasn't there in that life? What a coincidence, right? He was complaining about no father in his life, and we're complaining about a father in our life. Isn't that right? Right? That's the contrast. Talk to anyone that didn't have parents, right? And tell them, man, I wish my parents were here. But we have parents today. God knows what's going to happen tomorrow. I have a friend who, she's 18. Her brother is 15. Right? They lost their mother due to cancer. The mother was about 40-something. My friend, her brother was 15 years old, right? And he had another brother who was about 7 years old, and another sister who was like 11, right? And the Dallas girls knows what I'm talking about. It's their friend, right? You can ask him later, right? But they lost their mother, right? And that was a shocker to all of us because their mother was very young. Imagine you're 15, right? 16 years old. They lost my friend lost his mother when he was 15. Right? And what could he do? He couldn't say, I love you, Mom, no more. Well, he couldn't say, Mom, I wish I could make you happy no more. All he could do, and I swear to God, I started crying when this happened. Because when someone passes away and they wash the body, before they wrap the body up, they wrap the body just the body, but they leave the face open. And they leave the coffin in the funeral home. That way people can come, right? And the family can kiss the mother, the family, whoever can make dua upon them. And right, I was there with my friends, and we were watching him, and the only thing he could do was just kiss his mother. Kiss his mother one last time before they wrapped his head, and she was gone forever. Right? That's all he could do. He couldn't say, I love you no more. He couldn't come home to her. Right? He couldn't say, let me serve you another glass of water. And if you ask him, he would say, yeah, I wish my mother was here so I can just, hug her one more time. Right? Your parents are your source of trust, of love, of support, and most importantly, religion. They love you for who you are, no matter what you do, and no matter what your mistakes are. Right? Be as you want them to be, and I guarantee you, right, they're going to be there for you. And I'm going to close with this one last story, and then I'll open up to questions. Right? One last story. I don't know if you guys know the story of Malin Kundang. Malin Kundang is an Indonesian guy, right? I'm surprised y'all don't know because this is an Indonesian story. My mom told me, and it's actually a true story, and I'll tell you why in the end. Do you know the story of Malin Kundang? All right. So Malin Kundang is like, okay, right? I'm gonna close with this. Malin Kundang is a name of like a statue, right? In Indonesia, it's in an island. I forgot where exactly, but if you type in Malin Kundang in Google Images, you see the statue. It's a statue of a man doing sujood, right? I'm not joking. It's a statue of a man doing sujood, right? And it wasn't carved or anything. No, this was natural, right? It was not carved. I promise you it was not carved, right? It was natural, right? Let me tell you the story. There was a man, I assume his name was Malin Kundang. That's why they call it that. I don't know his name, but I assume his name was Malin Kundang. He was poor. He was living with his mother, right? He was living with his mother, and they were very poor. So his mother scraped and worked, her tail off just to provide for his son, right? And the son grew up, a normal kid. When he was older, after all that hard work, because they were very, very, very poor, and they were living on an island, right? So when the son grew up old enough to go move out for school, he moved out, right? Because he couldn't get an education in his town, whatever, right? So he moved out. When he got education and he got money and he got a job, right? He got married. He got caught up in this life, right? He had the nice riches. He had the money, right? He had the wife, right? Back in the day, they didn't have cars; they had boats, right? So if your sail was on point, you were the man, right? So he came back one time, and he was just traveling, because as a rich man, he travels, right? And he so happensly decides to return home, back to his old island where he grew up, the poor island, So when he got down, and he landed, he docked, right? He docked his boat or ship or whatever. I don't know the terms of sailing, right? And then he came down. His mother saw him. Right? There was no, mom, I'm coming home. No. Right? So his mother saw him and he said, my son, my son. And his mother was an old woman now. And keep in mind, she is very poor. So just imagine how an old woman that's poor, how would she look? Hunchback. Probably, the telokong is like a little ripped on the bottom, a little dirty, little stains. Right? The hijab, the slip-on hijab. Right? And with the short sleeve. You know how Indonesian moms do it? How your mom does it at home. Right? The skirt and the short sleeve, right? And they're just walking with the sandal jipit, right? They're walking, and it's very poor, right? She's probably dirty clothes. And he goes, and because obviously it's a rich man going to a poor place. It's like Bill Gates going to the ghetto. Bill Gates stands out, right? So this rich man stands out in the poor, right? So the whole crowd was forming, and his mother came out the crowd and says, my son, my son. And this Malin Kundang, he's rich, right? He got so arrogant and he got so embarrassed that his mom was looking so like poor and ugly and old, right? He says, I don't know who this woman is. Get her out of my face. I don't know who this woman is. Get her out of my face, right? Because that's what the money did to him, right? He grew up to be a man. His mother made him that man. And he got all the riches because he was, he worked for it. But he forgot that his mother took care of him from when he was young. So when he came down, he looking all nice and rich. And his mother looking the same from she was before. He said, get her out of my face. I don't know who she is. He was this begging lady in front of me. Right? Mother got so sad, so hurt. Just imagine you go off for 15, 20 years. You come back and establish, professional, rich man. And you say that to your mother. How hurt your mother would be, right? She got so upset to the point where, she separated herself from him. She didn't want to deal with him. She was crying and crying and money because he was going down with his wife, and his wife noticed that who's this old lady, right? So he didn't want to embarrass himself in front of his wife and in front of the people, right? So the mother was so hurt, right? To the point when he was about to leave, his mother said salam to him again, right? Before he's about to leave, right? But he still remained with an arrogant attitude. He says, "Move! I don't know who you are. I told you I don't know you, old lady." But that was who? His mother. So his mother made dua against him. His mother made dua against him. And keep in mind, the dua of the parents for their children are always accepted according to the Prophet. It's maqbool, always accepted. The dua of your parents are always going to be accepted if they make it for you. So this mother was so hurt, she made a dua against him. She punished him. No, she didn't punish him, but Allah punished him. She made dua against him. And you know what happened? Allah Azza wa Jalla, when he was going on the ship, when Malin Kundang was going on the ship, a storm started to brew, right? When he was gonna go on the ship, the storm became so heavy, right? And the ship was docking and they couldn't leave, right? To the point where the waves were flooding the boat, right? And to the point where it was literally like a tsunami or hurricane or something, right? The ship broke, right? It destroyed the ship and everyone on that ship. The wife drowned, but Malin Kundang ended up on the shore of the island, right? Where he was on the feet of his mother. He ended up to his mother again. And he knew that his mother was upset with him. He knew that he was being arrogant, but he didn't care about it. But now he knew Allah is punishing him because I disrespected my mother. But it was too late. The mother made dua against him. So what could he do? Right? When you're in big trouble, what do? Oh, please forgive me, please forgive me. So what he did is he made sujood to his mother on her feet. But Allah Azza wa Jalla already is going to punish him. So when he made sujood to his mother, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala struck lightning through him and he became stone. Until this day, I swear to you, go to Google after I'm done with this talk and type in Malin Kundang. You'll see a statue of a man making sujood. Right? And that's the story we learn. Your parents are not these superhumans with super emotions, they never get sad. No, you can hurt your parents. Right? But they love you so much, they don't want to make dua against you. They make dua for you. Right? So, I'm going to conclude. As I said, understand what your parents, that they know more than you. Be to your parents as you want them to be, and be open with them. And these, inshallah, if you do, inshallah, you have a more open and understanding relationship with your parents, and you'll be more happy with them, inshallah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun ala al-mursaleen, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Inshallah, if you guys have any questions, I think Ilman will take care of that. If you have any questions, tell us.
Alright. Thank you, Brother Ifdal, for that talk. Right now we're gonna open it up to questions for anyone, and we'd like to remind you that it's a safe space. Like we aren't gonna judge you because we've been through the same thing with our parents, and we understand it. So there's nothing that if we haven't gone through it, like maybe we know someone who has gone through it. So if you have any questions,
anything.
about anything. It doesn't have to be parents. Was that a hand? Oh. No. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
What's your name?
Sophia.
Sophia, thank you.
So what if you are keeping something from your parents because you're afraid if you tell them, then like something really bad will happen to you, like serious?
She said, you guys heard the question. She said, "What if you're keeping something bad from your parents, and because you're keeping it, you're keeping it a secret because you're afraid of the consequences going to follow through, right?"
Well, no, like you don't view it as bad, but you know.
Oh, but your parents see it as bad.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. You guys get it? So let's say your parents see something bad and you're doing it, but you don't see it as bad. That's why you do it, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's say I see, I don't know, folding a chair this way. It's not bad. But my parents see it bad. What am I supposed to tell them? You know, you're going to have different viewpoints with your parents all the time. The more you learn about Islam, sometimes you're going to have different opinions with other people, right? With your parents, your friends, right? Your family even. I have a lot of different opinions with my mom, right? In terms of how I don't know, live my life, right? Or in terms of like how I view the religion, right? But you have to understand, talking with them about this kind of issue is the best thing to do. But don't just talk about like, yeah, this is how I do it because this is how I do it. No, you have to back up your case with evidence and why you think it's right, right? For example, I'm gonna be very personal here, but there was one time where my mom, she told me about, I don't know if you guys know the when you pray Dhuhr and Asr, right? The first 2 rak'ah, let's say for you playing Dhuhr right now, we pray 4 rak'ah, right? The first 2 you read surahs, right? After Fatiha. And the second 2, do you read surahs or no? No, right? You just say وَالضَّالِينَ آمِنْ, you go straight to ruku'. My mom didn't know that, right? So my mom was telling me, why are you praying? Like we were praying Dhuhr together and I was leading. And she said, I noticed you go faster in the last 2. Do you not read the surah? I'm like, no, you're not supposed to read the surah. According to the sunnah, you're not reading the surah. She's like, no, you're supposed to read the surah. I'm like, no. I learned it that you're not supposed to, right? And this is what I learned from my teacher, and he said this is what the Prophet did. She's like, no, you're not supposed to do it. So I just dropped it there. I'm like, we already prayed. You're not going to do anything. You can't do anything about it, right? So I told to my teacher, it's like, are you sure this is what happened? My mom told me to do. It's like, no, just tell your mom politely that this is what I learned. And stuff like that. I told my mom the evidence, right? And made dua, Ya Allah, please, Ya Allah, please. I don't want to disrespect my mom. I don't want to get in an argument over something petty as this. Right, so Ya Allah, please. Right? So I talked to my mom about it. Talked to my mom about it. Right? She's like, no, you have to do it. Then my dad came and was like, my dad heard the argument. My dad's like, you didn't know? We don't read 2 surahs. Mom was like, what? Right? And my sister came and was like, yeah, that's what I learned from the same teacher. Me and my sister had the same teacher when we were like in middle school. Right? My sister was like, yeah, that's what I learned too. And then my mom was like, oh wow, I didn't know. Right? So who learned here? Me or my mom? My mom? Right? I'm not saying I'm better than her. I'm just saying that's how you have an open discussion with your parents. Right? That's another key to making a fruitful relationship with your parents. Be open, discuss with them. Right? This is why I do things because so and so and so and so. If your points are valid, right? And they still say no because no, then you're gonna have to calm down and say, look, I want you to respect me as an individual. I respect you, mama. You're my mom, you're my dad, but I want you to respect me as an individual too. I give you some valid points. If it's just because my friends are doing it, then don't start the argument. Just don't, right? Because your friends are gonna win before you even talk, right? My friends are doing it. No, they're gonna okay, get out of here. I don't need to hear that. But if you have a valid proof, valid reason, why not, right? All right. I think all of you like falling asleep like that. So if there's one more question, if not, then I'll dismiss you guys. Inshallah. All right, go ahead. What if parents that's a good one, right? What if the parents that don't have time for you? Let me ask you a question, man. If you're saying you have I don't know if you're like, if you're this type of person, but like, let's say I'm asking anyone here. If you feel like, you're best friends with someone, right? And then your best friend starts hanging out with you less, and starts hanging out with someone else more, and they just start treating you passively. What do you do? Do you tell them like, man, hey, what are you doing? Would you like talk to them? Right? You get jealous. But like, what would you do in terms of action, not emotion? I'm asking you. This is not a hypothetical. This is actual. What would you do?
Try to make them jealous.
Try to make them jealous?
By winning them over.
Try to win them over.
Okay. That's how he does it. I respect that. What else? Confront her or him, yeah? Right? So we have 2 options here. Right? But you can't, see, now, that's with your friends, but with your parents, you can't make them jealous because you don't got another set of parents. Right? You only got one set of parents. Right? So, as what's your name, man? What's your name? Who asked the question? What's your name? Sharif. As Sharif asked, what if the parents don't got time? And unfortunately, that's a big issue today. Some people are being they're being lacked of love and emotion from their parents, right? When you get that time with them, you be the parent to your parents, like the same way they are to you. Say, Mama and Papa, right? I literally need I need your time. Give me a little bit of time, right? Your parents just need a little of that in motivation to feel bad for you, because they're gonna realize that, okay, wow, my son is actually coming up to me. That's already a big push. I'm gonna start hanging out, right? And if it's one of your parents, then talk to the other one about it. If it's both of your parents, right, then confront them about it. And that's the advice the advice I can give you, Sharif, inshallah. Hope that helps, inshallah. Anyone else? Go ahead.
You know how like everyone has like group of friends where they're more wild around?
Huh? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, that's all.
You know how like some people have their group of friends where they're more wild around?
Yeah, I feel you.
And you said that two faces isn't really that good.
Mm-hmm.
And because your parents are more like strict and stuff, you're tamer around them.
Okay.
What would you do?
Okay, that's a good question. All right. If you guys understand the two-faced personality, it's different. It's completely different faces, black and white, right? Sun and moon, right? Night and day. If let's say you are a little more ease out with your friends than with your parents, totally understandable. It's like you chilling with your friends or chilling with the imam. You say, "Yo, imam, what's up?" Or you say, "Assalamu alaikum, imam." What do you do? Yeah, Assalamu alaikum, imam. But with your homies, you're like, hey bro, assalamu alaikum. Right? That's just an attitude of respect. This person has here, I need to give him a little bit more respect. Same thing with your parents. My parents, I'm not gonna be like, oh, whoa, yeah. They're your parents, right? But also on the other hand, don't act like completely different when you're, I'm a saint with them, but when I'm out, I'm the devil. Right? No. Right? With your parents, if you act a little more tamer, it's totally understandable. Right? But not to the point where you're acting completely, like your values are lost when you're not with your parents and with your friends. You understand me?
Okay, sure.
This is last call. Any questions? If not, inshallah, then I'm going to dismiss you guys, and you guys are free until your next program, inshallah. I'll have Ilman close it. Hey guys, stay. He's going to close it.
Alright guys, let's give a round of applause for Ifdal. And don't forget that we have our next meeting, I believe, is at 3:15. Alright, so I think it's in the same room, and right now you guys get a break, so see you guys there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Are you going to moderate the others?
No, my sister is.
Who's talking? Huh? Oh, with the H?
Yeah.
Hera?
Hera, yeah.
Yeah, she's the other one.
That's good, dude. I haven't sat through one of your speeches. Is that basically what you went to school for? Because you're basically like storytelling, right?
I mean, I went to like normal high school, normal like university, but I did a year. I studied like Arabic, Quran,
Yeah.
Islamiyat,
Yeah.
and from there, like that changed like my perspective on like things.
Yeah.
So that's why I started just done.
I think, yeah.
But yeah, that's where that's when I started learning.
Oh, totally.
It was live. Yeah, and from there, they use me now, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing this for a while now.
Really? Alright. What are you doing now?
More
there's a guy, there's like a bar, and then these girls are taking pictures, and then the girl taking the picture was on the calculator. Like 20, 30.
They're probably drunk.
They are. Oh, smashing it all. Smashing it all. The second one. Oh my god.
You need more time for this?
Are you going to be in the next lecture?
No.
No?
Uh-uh.
I don't think there's winners also for this one. I think they just want to have a top score.
It could be okay.
Hey. Yeah. We're in fur. Yeah? Fur. Alright. Someone's phone. Is that Doug? No. Is that him? No, that's close. No. It's gonna run down in this heavy.
Are you guys gonna stay there? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll get you some water.
But we found him.
Yeah, we found him. He was in the lecture. But now he left. Probably back. How many times was this successful?
The elevator?
Yeah.
All the time.
Like, go to one dollar store, but it's gonna be like not scared of this.
Yeah, I wonder
Oh, and then buy online. If you buy in stores, even if it looks really cool, it's not good. Even if it's not. Yeah.
I'm more, yeah, more, I don't know, like, there's something.
Grab some stuff.
Alright, I'll go back. Wait, how many possible combinations?
42.2. But only by twisting. If you're gonna like break it, pop it, and then put it